Okay.
Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to number 154 of the Studio Rats Live Q&A. My name's James Ivey.
I'm Paul Drew.
Now, Mr. Rat is not a bedroom.
It's not, is it? I'm in the new studio. Do you want to have a quick? Shall I move the camera around? Hold on. I know everything's going to go wrong if I do this. Hold on.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
No, it's all right. I can do this. Look, I've got that amps and the guitars on the wall and all that little stuff.
Nice.
I've got effects. I've got pedals on the wall. Hold on. I've just seen we've got a new viewer, James.
A new viewer?
Yeah.
Lovely.
Awesome. Yeah, we'll come to that in a minute.
Yes, you are all very welcome to our normal. Let's face it, who knows what's going to happen on a Wednesday night these days? All levels of carnage normally kick off. I apologise for how I sound. I think I'm midway through towards the end of cheer season, and my body's just going, no more, no, stop, time to stop now.
And also, can I say that James's internet has gone back to 1995?
It has not. I'm on. You know what it is? Hang on, it's because I'm on the Wi-Fi.
There we go.
Hang on a sec.
There we go. Right.
There we go.
Frozen.
No, I'm back now.
Okay. It's still a bit lumpy, but anyway, it's fine.
It'll catch up.
Okay.
So it is tradition to ask. Well, in fact, I don't need to ask what you've been doing. What have you been up to this week?
I've got a couple of new products. There's a couple of product launches next week.
Well, surely you moved to the studio as well.
Yeah, thank God for that. I tell you what, I'd be struggling to do without it, to be honest. So yeah, in that, in the middle of doing those videos for the product launches, some really good products actually, and 2 out on the same day, which is a bit of a
wow.
Yeah, don't know how I'm going to do that. I might have to. I don't know. Maybe I should speak to the companies and let them know that there's 2 on the same day. But yeah, three product videos. So I'm just bunging through them and just enjoying the studio. What about yourself?
Well, over the weekend I was in Barcelona for a whole about 2.5 days.
Right.
Cheerleading, which was great. Really good time. Got home on Sunday lunchtime, so I at least had some time with the kids over the weekend. Just cracking on working and stuff. I've got to say, you and I are now well and truly knees deep into our little project capture.
Yeah.
So been doing lots of that and just trying to keep my head above water. I'm going down to Bournemouth tomorrow for a site visit.
Going to Bournemouth, basically passing my house.
Yes, going to Bournemouth for a site visit tomorrow morning, then Brighton. You and me take on Brighton on Friday for the last.
Hold on a sec. Are you doing Brighton? Are you doing Bournemouth in one day? You're just going down there and back, are you?
Yeah. Yeah, and then we're off to sunny Brighton on Friday.
Nice.
Crazy
right,
week.
Should we do some
shouty outies?
Yes.
Here we go.
Let's do that. Senny says, cheers from Germany. Hi, Senny. How you doing? Hold on. What's that? What's going on with that guitar? Oh, it's got a Strandberg.
Yeah.
You have to. It's got wonky frets, that thing.
Okay.
Pet says, let's get it on. Let's get it on.
Right. Laugh, everyone, now.
There we go. Hairy Bush Nun. Should be Nun's Hairy Bush, shouldn't it?
I don't know.
Anyway, I guess it doesn't matter.
We're not judging.
Hey guys, Wednesday's great. Love the recording mic video you just did. Eye-opening to say the least. You've inspired me to buy some microphones. SM57 to start with, I think. Do you know what? James and I were both talking about this beforehand. Like, I think that was a really informative video, and YouTube have basically tanked it.
It's bombed, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's done like
1800.
1800. That's like. Yeah. So I've had to release another video today to try and boost up the algorithm, and YouTube have basically done the same thing. So I don't know what's going on at the moment, but YouTube yeah, I don't know what's
So
going
if
on.
you could
Anyway,
all
but
like,
thank you.
subscribe, and do all those sort of things, it would really help us.
Oh, do you know what, guys? More than ever at the moment, if you don't mind giving us a like, if you're enjoying it, just give us a like. Because do you know what? Last week we had, in the end, we had 1,300 views on that on the live show, which is about normal for the live show.
Yeah.
25 likes.
Yeah.
So, and unless we're upsetting people, which is,
Well, if we are, we must try harder.
yeah. So it really does help, guys. If you can give us a like, it really does help, especially at the moment. Thank you very much. Travis, he says, "Hey guys, hello from amateur guitarist in South Carolina, United States. Hi, Travis. How you doing?"
You know what it is?
Nice
It's because we're getting political early doors, isn't it?
Stonk puppets, Trump 2024. What's going on?
We've clearly found a demographic.
Shep.
Yes.
that was slick.
Yeah.
Ned, he said, "Good evening. How do you feel when going on vacation for a week? I'm going to Rhodes, Greece I love Rhodes on Friday, and I will miss my guitars." I used to be like that. Do you know what? I never used to go abroad. I never used to go anywhere without a guitar with me. So if I was flying anywhere, doesn't matter if I was going on holiday, whatever, there'd be a guitar with me. And now wow. I quite like the break.
Yeah, I mean, I'm allowed, if there is a music shop, I'm allowed to go in it.
Oh yeah,
yeah. But to be honest, I don't really want to most of the time when I'm away from it. I'm quite enjoying being away from it.
Yeah. Oh, nice though. Enjoy Rhodes, mate. That's I love Rhodes.
Yeah,
I've had loads of fun in Rhodes.
Some great pianos there as well.
Very good. Harry Bushnell. Whoops, wheelchair here. So it's sent of a wheelchair pillow. He's good with the names. He said, "We experimented with screen names. I forgot to change it back. Still love you guys under any name." Cheers. Scent of a wheelchair. Harry Bushnell.
Nice.
Vincent Gearland was busy watching Uncle Larry and the internet stopped. That's reminding me of TSR. Your power frees greater by the day, gents. Hope everyone is excellent and not dealing with poison dogs. Poison dogs? What's going on?
Well, I'm guessing that Bridget is not very well.
Bridget?
Greg's dog.
Oh, do you know what? I completely forget that's Greg's, because I was looking at the. Oh no, mate! I hope your dog's all right.
He's got Paulie Litlands, and now he's got a Paulie dog.
Oh, mate!
Let's crack on. Here we go.
Maestro One, evening everyone. Evening, Maestro One. And Ned says, "Hey, look at that. We have emoji reactions. Unnecessary. Ha ha." What's he?
I don't know.
Afternoon.
We don't see them.
John says, "Afternoon, John." And Nabil Charbel. It's a new name, I think. Hello, chaps. Cheers from Lebanon. Avid fan here. Thank you for the great content and demos. Cheers, Nabil. That's nice of you. Thanks, mate. Much appreciated. Give us a like. I'm begging now. Scott Wilkinson, question: Mac Pro versus Mac Studio. Oh, Mac Studio. Do it. I mean, it's not worth it. It's not worth the money.
The only reason to get the Mac Pro is, one, if you need Pro Tools HDX, so you need PCI slots.
Yeah, but you can buy a chassis.
You could buy a chassis. Shout out to Mike Thornton at Production Expert for doing the maths and doing the numbers, and he worked out that it's around about $1,300 cheaper to do the chassis thing.
Is that all it is?
Yeah.
I told you that chassis too cheap then.
Probably. But the trade-off is you don't get it's one of the speeds of
it doesn't
USB-C speed thing. So it's pretty close. If you spec them the same, it's pretty close.
I think if you want somebody to come in the studio, and go, oh, get the Mac Pro. If you want somebody to come in the studio and not notice your computer, get the Mac Studio. because they both do. You're never going to use the power on those things.
Not with
You're
audio.
never
No,
gonna-
not for
no.
audio. Not in a million years.
No, I mean, even James and I run Mac Pro laptops.
Yeah,
and it does does everything you'd need. It's never bummed out.
The only time mine gets even remotely, woo, that's pushing it, is when I've got Pro Tools, Photoshop, and Premiere all open at the same time, and that's
okay.
And it still keeps going. It's not like it goes no more, but it does go.
Yeah.
I'm working hard now.
Yeah. Mendel says, "Rock on Wednesday evening. All love Brighton. Cheers, Mendel.
We love Brighton too.
Hey, do you know what? Actually, someone's I've just been reminded. Actually, I've just had a thought. Our captures.
Yeah.
The first capture pack. Someone's posted that on ToneNet on IK Multimedia's ToneNet. How out of order is that? Anyway,
that's naughty. That's very, very naughty.
It's naughty. Really naughty. Anyway,
however, at this point,
Fender 9060 seat. I love that guitar as well. That is such a nice looking guitar. He says, "Hello guys, hope you're well today. Just giving back a bit. Thanks for all the hard work and time spent on the content. Thanks, Fender 1960.
You're very welcome.
All that sort of stuff really does help, mate, because YouTube doesn't really pay very much. But thank you."
And also, getting back to Mendel, when we're in Brighton, we should go and see the shop that I don't like.
Oh yeah, definitely go and see them.
All three of us can go because Greg's with us as well.
Yeah, nice.
Take over a shop. I like that. Here we go.
Nice. Overkilled says first time here. Over what?
Overkilled.
Could be. First time here. Love the Katana videos. Thanks. Cheers. Overkilled. Funky bass. Hey, does this on YouTube when you watch back?
Yes.
Do these comments come up on YouTube?
As in
as in the screen? Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, good. That's all right then.
Yeah.
Okay, Funky Bass. He said, "Evening, rats and rodents. It's my birthday in the morning. Happy birthday, Funky." He said, "Got my first Martin. Oh, nice. Traded in a few old cheapo guitars for a second-hand one via Guitar in Camden. Nice one, mate. Are you back? I thought Funky Bass lived in Singapore.
Singapore, yeah. I thought he was Singapore as well.
Nice one.
Yeah.
Oh, mate. Yeah, you won't go wrong with a Martin. Nice one. It's guitar for life, that.
Yep.
Mendel rocks. 2 likes from me. Cheers, Mendel. He's done. He's joined on a different.
Yes.
Different profile. Thanks, Mendel.
Profile thing. Yeah.
Much appreciated. Wilfredo of Olivesia of Liversia. Yeah.
I'll go with that.
Sorry.
Wilfredo is
Wilfredo. Sorry, mate. He said, "What is your what's your recommendation for a humbucker in the bridge position of a Strat? I play heavy rock sometimes in the church band. Without a doubt, I really like the Thornbucker, the Sir Thornbucker, because it's bright. So it's not like a normal humbucker. You won't go, oh my god, that's so different to my Strat when you start changing the pickups.
Yeah.
And it's not massive high output, but the clarity of it is absolutely fantastic.
They do sound really, really good, don't they?
Really good. So yeah, Thornbucker, Sir Thornbucker. Mississippi says, "Hi, all, like the 4 cable method with the Tone X. Thanks, mate." He said, "I'll have to give it a try with my Headrush Prime." Absolutely, that'll work perfectly with that. Same thing. Aaron's in the house. He said, "Which Martin did you get, FB?"
We'll get to that in a minute.
Maestro 1, evening Maestro 1.
And then
I think
we did
Funky
well.
Bass. Funky Bass said Martin Treble O 15S, which seems to be the old version of the 15SN. 12 fret with a slightly altered body shape, all mahogany, slotted headstock. Love it. Oh, nice. Slotted headstock.
Oh, nice.
Nice. John says, "For music production, there's no need for Mac Pro or even the studio unless you need more ports, which you can get a dock for. A Mac Mini 2 works fantastic." It does work fantastic. But if you've got your heart set on a top spec machine, than the Mac. You know,
The
Mac Pro
studio. I mean, for not that much dough. I mean, we talked about this before we came on air. I refer to them as the melon ball Mac Pros. You had your cheese graters. Now you've got the melon ballers. The Mac Pro. If you do the play the game of going on the Apple retail store and then max everything out, it's about 12, 13 grand UK.
Ooh.
That machine, when the Mac Pro Melon Ball first came out, because they didn't have Apple Silicon, they were using Intel still. They had to have graphics accelerators and all those other cards and stuff, and the afterburner cards, things like that. It was a £49,000 machine.
That's some big money.
Actually, the price of the top spec Mac Pro has quartered.
Wow.
Pretty much quartered.
Wow.
So
wow.
And bang for buck, you're getting so much more because obviously audio applications can use all the ones that are approved. Thank you, Avid. Can use Apple Silicon or the power of Apple Silicon if you need it.
Nice.
Which is good. Boom.
Ned says, did you see the Epiphone prices went up by 20% overnight?
It's all due to new import regulations and stuff.
What?
There's some new import export regulations. So we had this with some stuff going to Europe recently, and to the point where, I mean, obviously this is a different world. Future Cheer, the company we work for, have decided rather than taking T-shirts with us to Europe, it's cheaper to get them made in Europe, and not have the quality control stuff that we've got to buy a normal supplier. It's just not worth it. It's ridiculous that they're changing the rules daily. Hence the prices are going all over the shop.
Is this a Brexit thing, or is this just worldwide? So if Epiphone price has gone up in the US as well?
I think so, yeah, because because of worldwide taxation and stuff, it's just getting ridiculous.
Wow. God, I mean, yeah, just in time for the Dave Grohl Epiphone to be released.
And it'll still sell like it's going to have fashion.
Yeah. Hey, we should talk about that actually.
Yes.
Have you heard the new album, the Foo Fighters album?
I haven't, no.
It is brilliant.
Oh, good. I'm glad. I'm glad it's good.
Oh God, it's just so good. Really, really, really good.
Is it Josh Freese on all of it, or is some of it Taylor?
I mean, it sounds like on some of the tracks. I mean, it's really good. Some of the drumming is just like, I don't know if it's Dave Grohl or Josh Freese that have done it, but it's brilliant.
Yeah.
Or even some old sort of Justin Hawkins. Taylor Hawkins. Justin Hawkins.
Could you imagine him going?
That wouldn't be good, would it? Yeah, even some old Taylor Hawkins stuff. I don't know. Anyway,
Ned says also. Yeah.
So wow. Mendel says I found my his favorite Les Paul at GAC. Nice. James isn't a fan.
I just find a lack of customer service whenever I go there. But hey,
I agree. We don't get very good customer service when we go there. Collector's Choice, Ronnie Montrose. Nice. That's a nice guitar.
That's some serious guitar.
Jim Simmons says, will you guys review the new Hotone Ampero Mini amp modeler? If they send us one, yes, I would be more than up for it. I'd be more than up for it. Hotone. It's not the sort of thing that I'll buy.
No.
But if they send us one, I'll be more than happy to. Aaron Short said, what do you think of the Apple Vision for music production? Funny enough, we were just talking about this before we came on, and yeah. So James and I think we've got different opinions on this.
Good.
Go on.
Good.
Yeah. Go on, you go for it. What do you think?
I think it could be amazing if it works in the way we want it to work. So there was two. I did watch the Apple keynote because I love those. Now they're done and it's all beautiful. The graphics and everything are amazing. I love it. I love the production value. I there was two things that really concerned me. One, when you're using it for video conferencing, and I appreciate this.
No. Let's talk about music.
I'm getting to it. I'm getting to it. I'm
Okay.
getting to it. Right.
Okay.
When you're using it for video conferencing, you can see the person on their screen from their camera in their laptop or whatever. This one here, and you can see their face. What do they see? Do they see you with a mask on? No.
So it scans your face.
Right.
It basically does deep fake.
Right.
It scans your face, and then as you talk, the deep fake of your face is talking.
Right. Okay. Right.
So I think it's really clever.
It's incredibly clever. So I think if in a one-man band scenario like you and I are now, wouldn't it be amazing to sit there and be able to go with a massive Pro Tools set or DAW session open and be able to go and look round the DAW and not have to be scrolling left and scrolling right and be able to go in and go.
I thought you were going to go. Wouldn't it be great just to? Sorry, that's
it would look. Imagine Minority Report, but without the screens. It would be so cool. To be able to go kind of no, not that bit. Get rid of that.
Basically what it is.
A bit like Stephen Fate imagined the Raven to be, but Raven.
No, it's such a shame. Such a shame.
I think it's got real potential. I love the fact as well that you can see through it, and it's a screen on the outside that means people can see you.
No,
or they think they see you.
No, I don't think you can see through it. It's got cameras. It's got a bunch of cameras on it.
Well, that's the thing. You're virtually seeing through it.
Yeah. You're basically seeing through the camera. As far as I can see, you're basically seeing through the cameras.
I love the fact that the screens would come up in front of you and you could interact with them, and you can still see the rest of the world around you. I think that's incredibly cool. I think it's one of those things that it would take some getting used to, but widescreen took some getting used to.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I think the only thing that pissed me off about it was that there's a cable coming from the back, and I thought, what's that for? Is that to plug in? And it's not. It's the battery pack.
Oh, is it?
So you've got a cable that comes out, and the battery fits in your back pocket. I don't know. I'm not sure about that.
Batteries have been getting smaller for years. How big was your first mobile phone?
It was, yeah.
And the first mobile phones were the phone, and you will now carry the batteries. There was a car. It was like carrying a car battery around with you. So,
sure, but they've done it. They've done it because they don't want to put the weight in the headset, do they? Exactly. They don't want to make people just. I don't know. I think. Yeah, and I think this generation. I think this generation of it is not. I don't think it's going to work. I think Apple spent billions on this thing, and I don't think it's going to work. I don't think it's $3.5 grand. $3.5 grand.
Gamers will buy it.
Do you think so?
Gamers will buy it. They'll snap it up, and and that's where their market will be. As much
you
as
can go and buy an Oculus. You can go and buy like an Oculus for I mean, or you can go and buy the VR headset of your choice for 300 quid.
Yes,
$3.5 grand.
But that a lot of that is Apple premium tax.
Yeah, I know.
Looks
I know.
Beautiful. I mean, the actual build quality on it is stunning.
Yeah,
it looks really pretty.
Yeah. Anyway, let's move on.
But I think Game Changer is dangerous, but I think it's as about close to Game Changer as we've had in quite a long time.
I think it's not that powerful, is it?
I don't know, because it is a computer, isn't it? It is a computer. It's not just a screen relaying everything.
Yeah,
it's the computer.
Sure, but you can't like run music production on it.
Not yet.
Yeah, you'd have to, because you have to look at your computer, and then it transfers what's going on your computer into you still have to have a computer as well. I just think it's too much money. Too much money. Anyway.
But you could say that about seriously high-end 4 and 8K displays. Calibrated monitors are 10 grand.
If they're as good as that, if they're for that, where you can, yes, where like people are doing like video editing or photo editing, and if they're as good as that sort of monitor, then yeah, it's a no-brainer.
Yeah, I'd like to try it. I'd love to try it with some sort of DAW.
Yeah. Be interesting. Bill IBE says, hey, first time, who's the easiest step-by-step mixing program to follow? Mixing drives me crazy. Yeah. Do you know why it probably drives you crazy? It probably drives you crazy because, mind you, it looks like you've got a nice studio there.
Yeah.
From the little picture that we can see, is treatment in your room. As soon as I got my room sorted, everything just went.
Yeah.
Just all the struggles that I had out of
You're not
mixing.
guessing. You're not
Yeah,
guessing.
because you're not getting. Yeah, you're not going. Yeah. So who would you recommend for mixing tutorials? The thing is, the thing about a mixing tutorial is it's not as helpful as being with someone, because you're not hearing exactly what they're hearing, and you're not making those choices because they're in a different room.
The good ones though, Pure Mix are great because Fab's a really good communicator, and the Pure Mix team are really good. If you want to watch the Celebrity Elite doing mixing, then Mix with the Masters. They're great because they break down whole mixes.
Oh, do they? Oh, that's interesting. Yeah,
we should give a shout out to Warren because his Pro Mix Academy is really, really good.
Is it?
Warren Hewitt produced like a pro. Those are the three. If I had to learn, or if I was starting from somewhere near scratch, those are the three I'd be looking at.
Okay, interesting. Good shout out. John says, just saw the National Sunday, and today we'll see the Yeahs. The National had amps on stage, including James's favourite, the Roland Jazz Chorus. Yes. Nice one. I don't know the National Sunday.
Don't know. I think they're called the National, aren't they? Oh no, the National Sunday. Yeah, I don't know them. But
I don't know National Sunday. Awesome.
Check them out.
Funky Bass. My son took them in for me and then flew out early for my birthday. Ah, nice. Such a lovely lad. The staff at the shop were helpful over email and phone. Happy to give a recommendation there. Nice one. Yeah, guitar, brilliant, mate.
Yes,
couldn't agree more. It's my favourite shop. Z-Peps. Actually, my favourite shop is the one in Epsom. I've never been to the Camden one, but the Epsom one, brilliant. Z-Peps. Hello, Studio Rats people. Why should you have a ribbon mic? What are the ups and downs of it?
Oh, see, I do like a ribbon. I love a ribbon mic.
And if you've got a source that's really bright and you don't want it to be bright, things like something that's piercing, think of like trumpets.
Any brass instrument works really well with a ribbon mic. Sax is great.
If you've got a guitar amp that's really bright, it works really well. The great thing about a ribbon mic is that when you've got the cone, like with an SM57, you're always moving it off the center of the cone. You're trying to move it off because right there is too bright. But if you've got a ribbon mic, stick it right on the cone. It sounds fantastic to my ears, anyway.
I did a recording a couple of weeks ago and took my Roya R10, and we were using it. I was recording, but the guy was using it for front of house live, and he went, "That sounds amazing." I said, "Yep, it's just exactly the right sound. Even live, it sounded amazing."
Yeah, it's the sort of mic you get, and if you're used to like large diaphragm condensers, or even dynamic mics, and just you plug it in and then you start talking into it, you go, God, that's dull. Or that's a lot darker than I thought it was. Than it should be. It's one of those. Yeah, it really works on guitar cabs.
It's like the world and his auntie in kind of vintage drum recording uses a Coles 4038 for overheads, or a pair of them, and I think they sound god awful normally, but when recording vintage drums and big cymbals, it does do something really nice for that sort of sound.
I really like the Coles on the on overheads. I did with Jack once. With Jack,
Duxbury, Rubinacci.
No. Other Jack. Bald Jack. Brighton Jack.
Oh, Jack.
Where's that gone?
Oh,
Why has that gone completely from my head? Anyway.
Rushton.
Rushton, exactly. Thank you.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, I haven't got a pair of 4038s because they're quite rare these days. I don't want the new ones. Don't sound anything like as good. But if a pair came up, I'd have a hard time turning them down.
Yeah, nice. Cyanide Junkie says, Mr. Drew, the Tonex boss videos you released was fantastic. I'd like to do that method with my head rush. Thank you for your time, Scott. Oh, cheers, Cyanide Junkie. Yeah, you could do that. Head rush, has that got a has the head rush got a send and return on it? Has it got an effects?
It depends on the head rush version you've got.
Yes, if you've got the big head rush, not the little one that James has got. I don't know, maybe your one does.
I can't remember. The MX5 hasn't been out of its box since Bournemouth last year.
Yeah. Please try it because some of the effects in that are great.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Ned says new Foo Fighters album is good, but there's something in the production, the mix that I don't like. I'm completely opposite. I think it sounds absolutely amazing. Too much on the high end frequencies. Apparently, Dave I think the mix is fantastic. Apparently, Dave played the drums. I mean, he's a great drummer. There's no doubt about that. But yeah, God, it's great.
Is it still Butch?
I don't know who produced it. I don't know. I should look that up. John Gordon says, hi guys, hope all is well. Looking to swap my Les Paul standard Burst Bucker Pro pickups. Tried everything to make them sound good, just can't seem to get it dialed in. Any recommendations? Yes. My favorite pickups are, as the question said earlier, is the Sir Thornbuckers. Honestly, but burst backers are good. I don't know what you don't like about the burst backers. Sometimes they can be a little bit overpowering. My favorite pickups, my favorite humbuckers are definitely the Sir Thornbuckers. So I don't think you can go wrong with them. But you'll get good money for those burst backers. You'll probably pay for the Thornbuckers with what you get for them. I would have thought.
Yeah.
Oh, the other choice is if you can get them. Sometimes they come up. PRS. The LTs, what are they called? 58 LTs.
Yep.
God, they sound good as well. Aaron says, I love that Craig played the triple neck guitar during Keynote. That was awesome.
Oh, no.
What was
the
that?
thing is, no. So there's a bit in it where we would call him Craig. All the Americans call him Craig. Craig Federici, who is their Apple senior product vice president, something high up, basically not far down from Tim Cook's right hand man.
Wow.
They started talking about music and earpods and stuff, and he got all leathered up and played a 3-neck rock machine with a Marshall amp behind. And I thought, why is there a radio receiver? Oh, he's going to play. Oh, he actually is playing, and it was not shocking.
Excellent.
It was funny. It was like, yeah, you can play. That's cool.
Excellent.
I forgot about that.
Harry Bushnun, how important are mic preamps? Some of those prices are not faint at heart. Much less important than people will tell you.
Absolutely. If you've got a Focusrite 18i20 or pick your cheaper interface. I mean, geez, the audience stuff has the same mic pre's as this console now. Then it's not that important. It's
not. And honestly, I went through a stage of. And this sort of goes back to the earlier question about, I can't remember who said it about the mixing thing. I have to have a look back. Well, save me going back. Yeah, and literally I bought a Focusrite Red preamp, the Red 7.
Yeah.
I got a bunch of 500 series, different preamps and stuff like that. Yep. Honestly, it's getting into
The minutiae.
audiophile, yeah, and audiophile territory where these audiophiles will tell you that this cable sounds different to that cable. Honestly, it's bollocks. It's just
that said,
yeah.
It's a bit like this is a Fender, this is a Marshall, this is a Vox, this is a Boogie.
It's not even that. It's not even that apparent.
But if you put something like a bass into a Neve pre, then into an API pre, you'll hear a difference. I mean, it's subtle, but you will hear a difference.
I think the only difference you get is when you start to stack up stuff. But that's not saying that. Like, we're not saying that mic pre's don't make a difference. We're saying that if you've got like a modern interface that's got mic pre's on it, something like an Apollo or something like that, you're not really going to hear the difference.
No, definitely not. However, you'll probably hear the difference between an SSL. If you go into Capital, not that they've got an SSL, if you go to East West, where they do have a Neve and they do have an SSL, there are people who would want to track through the Neve but mix on the SSL.
Well, that's because the SSL was never a convenience. The SSL was a convenience machine. It was nothing about the sound of the SSL. It was just convenience.
Yeah, the technology
because it's so featured. Yeah. Ventures in. So Greg says, Jim, John Nathan Cordy will likely be a man. Obviously, keep an eye out for Paul's take. John is Mr. Modeler, though. Also, disgustingly good player, just like Mr. Oh, thanks, Greg. No, John's an exceptional player. What are we talking about here? What was the question?
We were talking about
maybe. I thought we were talking about production.
Yeah,
John?
No, we were talking about the amp, the Hotown amp. That was what the last thing Jim was talking about, I think.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Jim. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. But thank you, Greg. John says Apple fanboys will buy it. Like I and me. Nice one. Yeah. Don't get me wrong, I want one. But
the only thing I found weird about it was they showed lots of people doing things on their own. And that's not normally the Apple way. The Apple way is community and getting together and friendships and all that sort of stuff. Whereas watching a film on that thing, it's a very insular process because you're on your own. Again, maybe I'm wrong because I obviously haven't tried it yet, but
what's that Woody Allen film? What's that Woody Allen film with the?
Can't stick Woody Allen.
No, it's just the one film anyway. Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? Because it is sort of making us go even more into our shells and
that's not the Apple way normally. And the Apple way is all about community and sharing and getting out there in the real world. Oh, and just happening to have a computer involved. But hey, at this point,
cheers, Rumi. Thank you very much. They say, Rats, cheers. When miking a guitar 2x12 Greenback, Studio Jubilee and Les Paul. Nice. I have a hard rock. I've been using a Roy 121, nice, and a 57, nice. I make the Roy louder for rhythm and the 57 louder for lead. Thoughts? Absolutely. That's what works. I mean, the great thing about the 57's got that mid push on it. So that's going to help your guitar cut through the mix. Absolutely. Couldn't agree more.
And a 121 is the mic I would have if I could afford it.
You can. Yes, they're expensive, but they're not that. They're not. No, I mean, that's what, they're 1,200 quid.
Yeah, but the R10 is close enough.
How much is the R10?
Half that.
Oh, okay. Yeah. It's quite a big difference, isn't it? Yeah. Pet says UAD sale on again. Shock, worth getting 480, or he already has a 224 on Capital. I really like the 224. I wouldn't bother.
I like the 224, but I do like the 480. They do sound different, but again, I don't know what DAW you use, Pet, but I'm fairly I've spoken to very high-end mix engineers who say I just use this. I just use Deverb, which is the stock Pro Tools reverb. Said because I know whenever I go to a system, it's going to be there.
Yeah. Honestly, I've got them all, and I wouldn't buy the 480 over the 224. I think the 224 I really like the 224.
If you haven't got a plate, I would be tempted to get a plate.
Yeah, that's a good shout.
An EMT 140 or a
Yeah.
250. 140 probably would be my choice.
Yeah, the 250 is not. That's not a real plate, though, is it?
No, it's fake plate, but the 140 is the real.
I'd get the 140. I wouldn't bother getting the 250. Get the 140. It's the sound of a real plate.
Yeah, that'll be a good choice. And I know you love plates on guitars.
Oh, I do. George D. He said the only reason Apple is coming out with a version of VR goggles is because they can't think of anything useful or actually innovate to invent. Not a game changer in my view. Just his 2 cents. Yeah.
Everyone's entitled. Yeah, everyone's entitled to their opinion.
Hollywood says, did you see the latest John Corey video? Who's John Corey?
Maybe chewing John Cordy.
You might mean John Cordy. He talks about modelers being great for workflow, but everyone should have at least one amp. I don't have a decent modeler, but from...
Hang on. Hollywood actor. Boom. There we go. Yeah.
What I hear online, a lot of modelers have a similar sound. It's not bad, but Defo does not have the extra edge sparkler of an amp.
Well, it's funny that you should mention that, Hollywood, because I don't know if when it came out today, but the team at Andertons, as in the captain and Danish Pete, put out a video where they were comparing two different real amps, a clean and a dirty, with the 4 current capturing platforms. Let's use that as a phrase. So we've got Kemper, Quad Cortex, Head Rush, and Tonex. If you've got 45 minutes, or you can leave it running in the background, in fact, you can skip quite a lot of it. It is very interesting because, without giving too much of the game away, one, they all sound really good. All 4 platforms, including the real thing, sounded really good. 2, Tonex did very, very, very well, considering it is, a quarter of the price of any of the other one. And they couldn't, and Tonex was the one they couldn't really tell between the amp and the model.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
that's interesting.
Kemper had a very, when you listen to it, if you listen back, Kemper had a really obvious tone to it.
Oh, they're going to get some hate for that. They're going to get some hate for that. Did they say anything? Did they say that as well?
No.
God, they didn't say anything.
No, but it was very, they said, oh, we didn't guess it was the Kemper. And I was sitting there going, well, I did, and I'm this end.
Right.
To be fair with the video, there were some moments where they'd obviously left their mics on when they were playing back, and you were getting phasing between them. I was thinking, that doesn't sound very nice. I mean, you'd have to be subtle to hear it, but it's a really good video, and it does really, really, really shine a huge light on how good Tonex is. Thanks to Greg for his heads up on that one.
Nice one, Greg.
Let's move on.
Funky Bass. There was that book by Mike Senior on mixing. I can't remember what it's called, Mixing Techniques. The only thing about books it's not a book. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but I think with mixing, it's a practical thing. And I think if someone's telling you how to do something, telling you how you should be hearing something, I can't. But
I do think mixing is very like songwriting. You have to do it. And you just, when people say, I can't mix. So, well, when did you last do a mix? Oh, about a year ago. Well, do some more. Just record some stuff. Ask your mates for their multi-tracks from sessions and stuff. There are plenty of places you can get multi-tracks online. Warren's giving them away like they're going out of fashion. Then, they are available. Do mixing. Get better at it. The only way I learned how to use compression was from using it and doing it and stuff. You won't learn a skill without doing the skill.
It's true.
As I was saying to my daughter today, how do you expect to ride a bike when you won't go out and practice?
Yeah.
But I fall off. Well, yeah, you're supposed to fall off. That's the whole point.
John says it has an M2 and R1 chips and the Apple Vision Pro, so you may be able to run Logic. Also, this version isn't the mass market version. It's the earlier adopters version. Less expensive versions will come. As Jane, you were saying that, weren't you?
Yeah. I mean, you only have to look at the price of Mac Pros to see where it will go. I think.
But how are you going to run Logic? I'm guessing it's, how much storage has it got in it? That sort of stuff.
Well, maybe the battery pack will have a tether to your drive bay or something.
That's something else to tether to it.
Probably. I mean, but at the moment, an Oculus, all these things, you have to have cables running to your machine.
Sure. I think, yeah.
Okay. We're at the cutting edge at the moment, aren't we?
Yeah. Hairy Bush Nunn. I honestly used to play youth soccer with a guy named Brian Dick. He had an older brother named Harold. Would love to meet his parents. Vice Trucci. Hairy Bush Nunn. I trust his mother's name was Ivana. Ivana Dick.
Yes.
Ivana Dick.
Yes. Anyway, moving on.
Mecha X Official said, any thoughts on the second Tone X pack? I would love the TSR Volume 2. Sorry if this is a repeat. Do you know what, mate? We have been... I can't even show it, actually, because literally there are 30... So far, there are 36 new captures.
I've got another five on my machine right now.
There's going to be packs instead of pack. Yes, so yes, there is plenty coming. We can't say, you might have to wait a bit of time for it because there's a reason for it, but that will all become apparent. Either we're told either the middle of this month or the end of this month. So towards the middle to the end of the month.
It'll be soon. Well, by the time we get back from Bournemouth, it will all be up and running and hopefully and stuff.
Oh yes, it should be, shouldn't it? Yes.
Yeah. Because personally, I've got 2 weeks of 3 weeks of absolute carnage coming up. I've got my weekend off is not going to be my weekend off because it's kid's birthday.
Right.
And the school fete. Yeah, and yes. Anyway, moving on.
Hairy Bush Nunn. Vice Trucci, well played, sir. Hollywood said, burst back a question. Have you tweaked the humbucker using the pole screws and maybe changed the pot values? Worth a shot and cheap fix if it works. I tend to find that it doesn't make that much of a difference. I think if he's got his heart set on changing those pickups, I think nothing is going to change your mind. I think once you don't like the sound of a pickup, you instantly want to get rid of it. For me, I don't think there's ever anything you can do to it. It's like lowering it, heighten it, change the pole pieces, adjust the pole pieces.
I think that's clutching at straws.
Yeah. Vice Trucci says Hairy Bush Nunn, but a good shout though. A good shout. Always good to try something that saves money. Vice Trucci says Hairy Bush Nunn, lol. You teed that one up nicely. I couldn't resist. Foo Fighters album is produced by Greg Kurstin, the guy that produced Concrete and Gold and Medicine at Midnight. Interesting. Nice. I don't know Greg Kurstin. I think it sounds so good. The Overdrive Guitar Channel says, anyone see the Noel Gallagher TPS episode? No. Really? That's interesting.
No, I haven't. No, I might have to.
No. Oh God.
I've got a guitar.
Huh?
I've got a guitar.
Yeah, I'm not a massive Noel Gallagher fan.
No, not really.
B10T3 or it says, I was just watching that TPS episode and noticed that it's RTS Live. I had to put it on pause and head over here. What's RTS Live?
Real-time streaming?
Oh, hold on a second. Is this why the views are down today?
Yes, probably.
When you got 63
Oh,
people
hang on,
watching.
no, sorry, no. Watch. No, I said RTS. He said no. Sorry, TSR.
Ah, I
So he was
see.
watching it and then ditched it to come and watch us. So, well, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you, B10 or B10.
Bioterror.
Bioterror. Of course it is. Well done.
If I'm wrong, then
No, I think you're right. Bioterror. That makes sense. Mendel says 1 or 2 ToneNet copies. Can IK help? Think when I once tried to upload my own capture to share it between my own computers, it wouldn't upload because the capture already existed. Yes, IK are on it. Yes. Cheers, Mendel. Yeah, they'll find the culprit. They will find the culprit. 2 of 2. This suggests ToneNet can uniquely identify captures. There could be a technical solution to stop copycats. Exactly, there is.
Yeah, we're on it.
Yes, IK are sorting it out for me. Funky Bass. Even if you can't stand Woody Allen, I bet you'd love Sweet and Lowdown with Sean Penn, playing a fictional historical jazz guitarist. He even has a usual jazz talking heads talking about him. Nice.
See, the only Sean Penn film I like is Dead Man Walking.
Oh, Sean Penn's done some great. He's a great actor.
No, just as soon as he married Madonna, nah.
Well, let's see. Some people make mistakes. let me turn down my lights a bit. Oh, that's better. Right. He says, Steve Cassidy Guitar says, Overdrive Guitar Channel. Yes, mate. I've just finished. The most humble I've ever seen. No, wow. He was humble.
Wow.
Wouldn't be able to sit through 1 hour 50. It was excellent. Oh, nice.
Wow.
That's quite interesting because I wouldn't consider Noel Gallagher. And that's wrong. It's wrong to say. I wouldn't consider him to be the sort of guitar player that would go on TPS because he's not a guitar player's guitar player.
No, he's a singer-songwriter's guitar player.
Songwriter's guitar player, exactly. And he's just a bit of a thumper, isn't he? He's heavy-handed. It's just, yeah, I don't know. But interesting. Yeah, I'll definitely watch that. They're going to get massive viewings with that.
Of course they are.
Obviously, Adventures in Gearland. Sorry, lads. Should have said I was referring to the Hotone thing. Serving up tea now. 7:45. Looking forward to meeting up with the Rats in Brighton in person on Friday. Nice one. See you, Greg. Have a good one, mate. K-Shark 10 says Mendel Rocks, you probably have the same name as the other capture. Put like version 2 next to your title name. No, it's not. It's not to do with the title because someone's changed the name of the captures and then uploaded them as something else. There's metadata in it that differentiates between different captures. It's not just about just naming it something different. That doesn't work.
Good. Haha.
John Waller says, how do you load in the packs for the Tonex? You go into Tonex.
Just go into the patch. Go into patches and go to import. Right click import.
Yeah, exactly. You just import the patch.
Yeah.
Yeah, do it inside patches. It's not completely obvious. I've got to be honest. It's not the most obvious thing.
There's still some software ironing out to sort out, isn't there?
Yeah. George D. He says, Paul, your guitar parts in Drifting in the Dark hooked me on that song. Oh, thanks, mate. He said, now I'm grooving on the entire band's playing. Great stuff. Listening to the whole record on Apple Music. Oh, thanks, George. That's very nice of you. I'm glad you got something out of it.
You know, when the Rats used to be a band.
Yeah. And then Dan went off to Singapore.
Yes. And Singer Rich.
Yes. Mendel Rocks. Cheers, K-Sharp. Not sure it was back in the autumn. I don't know what that was for, but...
No, me neither.
Zipeps. Just saw that pedal show at the Noel Gallagher studio. Noel knows his tone, and that comes with a Valve State Marshall and an old WEM amp. What? He doesn't use a Valve State Marshall.
That'd be
and an old
hilarious.
Wham amp together, and the Epiphone sounds perfect. A valve state. Oh no! I mean, that would I mean, I personally think High Flying Birds, some of their stuff is great,
Yeah.
but Oasis, like playing guitar tracks, the sound is terrible.
Yeah, it's not my thing.
It sounds to me like a rectifier playing full chords.
The Marshall valve state.
Yeah, it's such a like full chords and just strumming them out. It's just a wall of noise to me. I just
Which
never
do you
got it.
prefer, Blur Soup or Oasis Soup?
Okay, so Oasis, I think great melodies. This is the thing. Oasis had great melodies. Blur had good lyrics. Oasis terrible lyrics. And I think Blur are your thinking man's. Or your thinking man's.
But which one do you prefer, Blur Soup or Oasis Soup?
I haven't got a clue what you're talking about.
It's
Is
a joke.
this some James gag?
It's a joke, Paul.
What do I prefer?
Yeah.
I
prefer
don't.
Oasis Soup, because with Oasis Soup, you get a roll with it.
Oh, that's quite good actually. I quite like that. I quite like that. Okay, Pet Moxie, been listening to a load of well-known isolated Vox tracks. Certainly don't sound as epic in isolation. No, they never do. Encouraging for us mere mortals aspiring. Absolutely, yeah. Vocals, unless you're Freddie Mercury, which like the raw tracks just sound like you go, gosh, they're amazing. Or George Michael.
Yeah.
I was saying Michael Jackson. I thought, always
you
sounds.
Just go.
Yeah.
I watched a really good tutorial the other day, and it was the reason I say this. It was about vocal production, and it was basically how to produce vocals like the Beach Boys. And one of the things in it, obviously, the harmonies are key, but to get that tone, he said, use a really cheap mic for your leads and a really good mic for your harmonies. And I went, oh my God, that's genius. Sing your leads through an SM57 or 58 and your harmonies through something. And he said, it does something. It's got a thing. And I was like,
that's really interesting.
Yeah, I like that as a technique.
Yeah. Ned says, Greg Kurstin is more known for pop production, and it was a long shot that he would work with Foo Fighters, but Dave handpicked him for Concrete and Gold because he wanted something different. I know my Foos. Nice.
I pity the Foos.
Pity the Fool. Overdrive Guitar Channel says, I constantly adjust pickup heights on my Strat. I usually prefer my Strat pickup super low, but find myself adjusting them higher for heavier tones. Any thoughts and solutions? That's really interesting because I always think every time I pick up a Strat over any other guitar, I'm always disappointed. So if I've already picked up a Telecaster or if I've already picked up a Les Paul and I played that, and then you pick up a Strat, you always go, God, that's weak, really weak. And then you lower the pickups, make it even weaker. That's really interesting. David Brose, the guitar icon that is Noel Gallagher may be interesting, yeah? Yeah, I mean, I guess, is he a guitar icon?
I think he's a 90s pop icon.
I think, possibly loads of people started playing guitar because of Noel Gallagher.
And let's say, I mean, how many Union Jack, Epiphone 335 Sheraton type things did they sell because of him playing a 335 style thing with a Union Jack on it? Billions, probably.
Yeah, I wonder if. Yeah, I wonder if because I think some Americans really liked Oasis, and I think because it was basically coming back to that, British invasion sort of thing again, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I guess with that sort of sound.
It is. I mean, it was very Beatles-esque. There was an awful lot of stuff where you went.
Yeah.
There's a lot borrowed from Lennon and McCartney.
It's just it's just shit lyrics though. Lyrics.
Slip inside the eye of your mind. I mean,
it doesn't. honestly,
and you might find a better place to play.
It's like, honestly, yeah, it's like, let's try and find some things that rhyme. It was terrible, mate. I've got worse ones than that I could reel out. But anyway, let's not do the Oasis slating. Vice Satchitrucci says, on a serious note, greetings from Nash Vegas, Tennessee. And as a Cortex owner, I'm curious if you've been also making captures along the way for whenever the QC marketplace ever comes to fruition. No, we haven't, to be honest. Yeah, James and I both bought a Quad Cortex early on. I think it has a lot of potential. I think it's brilliant in so many ways. But I think because we bought them quite early on, I don't think they'd sorted out the firmware and stuff, and I'm sure it's great now. But I think as an early adopters, I think sort of put me off.
We got bitten, didn't we?
But I bet it's great now. I bet, it's a really cool unit. Greg Kirsten, the guy behind Liam's solo stuff, I think. Oh, that's interesting.
Because Noel works almost primarily with, oh God, what's his name?
Down in Folkestone.
Yeah, the guy I went to see. I've forgotten his name. He's got an amazing studio.
Yeah. Anyway, don't worry. It'll come to us.
Yeah.
That Null GPS is on after the show. Enough blue moons for both. Nice one.
Good work.
And I just seen we had 61 people watching, another 60. Someone's just gone, no, sorry, I can't watch TPS.
I'll go and watch TPS.
What's your approach to recording bass? Do you blend an amp or sim with a DI? I use the UAD SVT Pro Sim. Excuse me. And DI to get the punch and clarity. I add light multiband compression if needed. Thoughts? Yes, I think the great thing about the SVT type of sound is that it's a bit gritty, so it's going to help the bass cut through the mix. To me, there's nothing better than a bass with distortion on it. It never shows up in the track, but it just adds clarity for the bass.
Yeah, agreed. My bass sound for at least 5 years now has been the Alpha Omega, the Dark Glass.
Yeah, that's really good. That thing's great.
It sounds so good. And if you want to grit it up, you really can, because it's got the distortion channel in it.
Yeah, it's really good, that thing.
You can go full Lemmy on it, but it sounds so good. Just the clean, fat loveliness of that tone. No bass player has played through it and gone, ugh.
Mm-hmm.
Said no one ever.
It's really good. Funky bass. I'm not an Oasis fan, but High Flying Bird sounded okay to me. I heard that Noel has a Cornell amp. Oh, nice. And give us your review next week. What are we talking about? Modelers. Don't know.
It was Hollywood, wasn't it? I can't see now. Hang on.
We will. Whatever it is, let us know, Hollywood. And
I think Hollywood was referring to pickup heights and stuff.
Yeah.
I think.
Okay, awesome. Funky bass. I was doing GCSE's A-levels during the Britpop era. I used to throw Miles Davis' Bitches Brew on the CD player at school just to annoy everyone else as much as the Oasis bothered me.
I was in a very similar place. I used to put some weird-ass John McLaughlin stuff, and True Luck Gertu was my percussionist of choice at the time, the Indian guy, amazing pickup player. That would really upset the common room.
Hollywood Actress. The discussion on Noel as a guitarist reminds me of something I saw about Machine Gun Kelly and Hermes. Herman Lee?
I don't know.
Hermes? Noel may not be the most technically gifted guitarist, but it's all about the songwriting. And Oasis was part of the scene that set the tone of the music in the area. I couldn't agree more. I'm not saying he's a bad guitar player. I'm just saying he's not a guitar player's guitar player. I never said anything about him not being a good guitar player. Oasis is pretty much the Beatles done on cocaine instead of acid. They had their moments, not many, but some. New High Flying Birds album was really boring and dull. Oh, interesting.
Should we do?
Should do some news? Yeah, 3 bits of news. So yeah, it's not the best. But anyway, screen into our screen. That one, share, Bosch. PRS SE.
Yep.
Maple. So PRS SE are now doing a Maple version, MapleNet version. Good is that? It was Rosewood before, but now they're doing. That's great, isn't it? I like that colour, that overland grey.
That is nice.
There's not a lot of difference, is there, between the two?
Oh, there's enough of a difference, though, I have to admit.
I really like that overland grey. That's nice. Yeah, how good is that? Looks really nice. Yeah. Anyway.
Yes, nice. I like that.
New Squire Paranormals. Thought this was interesting.
I hope there's nothing rich and juicy on your desktop.
Why?
Because we can see your desktop. We can't.
You can, can't you? No, there isn't. Yeah. No, there's not really. I don't think there's really anything. But
hi Dreamhouse, though.
yeah, that's probably wise. Yeah. So that's let's see what they've got. So they've got a Esquire Deluxe Mocha. That's really cool. So it's a single humbucker, but look at if you look at the, I don't know if I can zoom in.
Yeah.
Look at the pickup selector. It's got like a chicken head.
All right. Okay. Yeah, just about.
Oh, you don't seem very excited about that.
No, I'm not. That looks horrible.
Okay. I don't mind that. P90 Stratosonic.
Nice.
Oh God, that's bothering me a bit.
That's got a face only a mother could love.
Yeah, that's a weird look, isn't it? Because basically,
it's
pretty wrong, isn't it? I think that would look so much cooler. That would look so much cooler with a telly head, with a telly neck.
Yes, I think a telly headstock on that would work.
Yeah. Oh no! Look at this. The 12 Jazzmaster.
See, I actually quite like that.
Oh, do you know what? You'd buy that. You get it home. You'd string it up once. You play it, and you'd go, great. Yeah. You put it down. You'd never play it again. The strings would go rusty, and you go.
You'd play Mr. Tambourine Man on it, and that'd be about it.
Absolutely. The Rascal bass.
That's a bit wrong. That's a lot wrong.
That is a weird looking thing, isn't it?
It looks like someone's got a. What can we do to this to make it look different? Oh no, I'll just file this bit off.
Yeah, well, it looks like it's melting.
Yeah.
I think that's it. So there's that one. Okay, next one. I was a bit shocked. Right. So what's going on here? So
Polyfiller.
Yeah, Polyfiller are using Marshalls. What's that? That's never going to happen, is it?
No. Or if they do, there's so much processing in the way.
I think it's a deal. I think they're just getting paid.
That's marketing every time.
I would say so, because I mean, nothing against them. They're great. They're great guitar players. It's not my sort of music at all, but you can't deny their talent. But they don't play amps.
No, they're plugged into processors and all sorts of stuff. But I mean,
yeah, and this is very much like Marshall. Marshall giving them some money, I'd say.
Yeah.
And that's it. Sorry.
Wow.
There's not a lot of news.
Ooh, not a lot going on. Well, nice. I had some post today.
Did you?
Don't get real life post very often, and don't get things that are as nice as this come through very often either. Next week is the next.
Is it next week? Look at that.
Yes, I've got the hard copy.
Did you?
It's lovely. I mean, it's a really nice read. Obviously, clearly I spent too much money last time because they're sending me the beautiful full color.
Nice.
Brochure, but there is some really nice stuff in there this time. I have to admit, I'm not guitar shopping at all this time, but there's a couple of really interesting things in here. There's a couple of 335s which are really tempting.
Right.
I've got myself an SG, an American one. It's not here yet, but I've been promised it. The Mary Ford.
Hold on, stop there. Stop
What?
there. Who from what? What's his SG? What?
Sonny is selling me his.
Oh, nice. Okay.
He's got an American SG. That Les Paul is amazing. Yes, I know it's an SG. It's not. It's Mary Ford's Les Paul. I think.
No, that's sister. That's not Mary Ford.
Is it not?
No, that was Sister Rosetta Sharp, whatever her name was.
Oh, okay. Well,
Sister, whatever it is.
This
SG.
one is a Les Paul mark, but
Sure.
it's an SG body.
Yeah. No. It's a Les Paul. It's when Gibson they changed the shape of the Les Paul to make and
there's a lot of kind of parlor style guitars. There's a lot of kind of. There's some really nice stuff in here actually this time.
Right.
I don't think that I'm going to get a chance to do the whole watching the live stream, doing a live stream thing again, because that was quite good fun last. I just think I've got too much on next week with children and small people and stuff. But there's some really nice stuff. And amps wise, there's some very interesting amps on day 2 and 3, which might be worth watching if you know what I mean. But
Nice.
yes, next week it is auction week again on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Nice. I had something through the post. From my last visit up to you. I got a speeding ticket.
Oh, really?
Yeah, bloody Essex Police.
Well, you can't blame me for that.
No, I know, but yes, no, you're right. Actually,
There's
only one person I can blame. It's me, but yes. I still, you know.
At this point, we should go do this.
Mr. Moxie, thanks, mate. He said, Beach Boys really are heavenly. Thanks for reminding me to spin them again. Carl Wilson is the golden throat in that band. The only thing I find about the Beach Boys, I really like the idea of Pet Sounds. But it's the mono, it just messes with my head. The things coming out of different speakers. I just hate it. I just want to hear. There must be a remix version.
Probably. Have you ever seen the video, of the guy wandering around his new studio that he's built? It's the whole case of build it and they will come. And every single piece he points out goes, that was used on Pet Sounds. That was used on Pet Sounds. Oh,
really?
It's so funny.
David Brose, some of the more current Les Paul prices are dropping, but I'm still unsure if they're crap. Any thoughts on their newer guitars? I don't know. I would with the Les Paul as I would with a Fender. I think at the moment, I wouldn't just buy one without trying it first.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think their QC or the difference in quality or whatever is very different between each one. But there's some great ones and there'll be some stinkers.
Yes.
Sister Rosetta Tharp. Is it Tharp or Thorpe? Cheers, Ned. Steve Cassidy guitar. He says, reviewed the Silver Sky SE on his channel recently. Didn't do it for me. Zero vibe. Interesting.
Okay.
I'll check it out, Steve. I'll have a look. Hollywood Actress. Wow, PRS SE Maple. That would be great. And if they sell for 700-ish, will be good. There we go. BioTerra says, David Brose, Gibson has good quality now. I bought 3 Gibsons inside 1.5 years. Nothing to whine about with them. Frets are plecked out the factory and so on. Nice. Hollywood says, by the way, anyone see Philip Sace using the Silver Skies recently? Any ideas what's with that? I reckon that's all to do with John Mayer just giving him some. Because Philip Sace is just a ridiculously good guitar player. And I reckon John Mayer likes him and just bunged him a few.
Yeah.
Steve Cassidy guitar. Marshall's new owners attempt to reel in the youngsters. Yeah, you might be right, mate. That might be exactly what's happening.
It's a marketing ploy.
Yeah. 66 Les Pauls by SG shapes. Yeah.
Yes.
Ned says, Sister Rosetta Tharp. Yes.
Okie dokie.
Steve says, Hollywood Actress. Ooh, interesting resize. Thanks, Bio, says David. Dog's kicking off. Joe Marshall says, "How fast were you going, Paul? 96 and a 40." No, I was doing 74 in this. We have this, and I don't know where you're from, Joe, but in England we have this variable speed limit. They just stick up on the motorway all of a sudden. To me, it's a money making thing. They just
Where was
stick
it on
up
the M25?
No, on your M. Well, it was Essex, so it would have been on the.
It wasn't the M11 because there aren't any cameras on the M11.
Aren't there?
No, M25 it would have been.
I don't know where Essex starts on the M25, but I came around.
Dartford and goes all the way around.
The other way. I came around the other way.
Oh, okay. That's
anyway. Yeah. So yeah, I think it's a money making thing.
Yeah.
K Sharp 10. Rosetta Tharpe was ahead of her time in the day. Real rocker. Talk Chuck Berry. All he knows, lol. Nice. Pet says, Pet Sounds is tremendous. The more I watch this show, the more I disagree. No, it's great. I think the songs are great. It's not. It was just at the time the mono thing. Just I can't listen to it. Hollywood actress. Steve, good to see you, and your channel is doing well. Faisley. Hollywood says we need you to review Essie Silver Sky versus Faisley, unless you've done that already. What's a Faisley?
No idea.
Yeah, I should get one. I should get one. K Shop 10. Maybe James will pick up a Marshall Valstay at auction next week.
I did.
Did you sell it?
And you were adamant that you didn't want to do a video on it.
Did I? Did I say that?
Yeah. I bought it. I think I bought it for something like 70 quid and sold it for 150.
Should have done a video on that.
Yeah. I even changed the valve in it. And actually it tamed it quite a lot. It was not as fizzy as it once was.
Right. Funky Bass. Paul, what fuzz pedal would you recommend at the moment? I know you usually don't like them. There's a couple that I'd recommend. If you can get one, the Great Eastern Effects Focus Fuzz, if you can get one. I'm trying to think. I've got a load of pedals on the walls. You can see and there's some over here as well. I'm looking around. What's the one I did recently? That was really good. The one where it's goes in between a rat and a big muff, and it was by the guy that does. I haven't got it with me. Oh, I'm really embarrassed that I don't know what that is. Don't worry. We'll work it out. And that's called the Motherload Fuzz.
Yeah,
really good. That's really, really, really good. Yeah, I tend to like articulate fuzzes. Things are more on the rat sort of style than the sort of big muff sort of style.
Yeah.
So yes, any of those. Pet says Poppy has grown rather fond of the Bad Cat of late. Look at Poppy. Poppy had a lovely time.
Yes.
Steve Cassidy says, Hollywood actress, thanks, mate. You're so close. Not Faisley versus PRS, but something very, very close. It's Faisley. I don't know what Faisley is. Finger blasting for dummies. After Noel Gallagher's appearance on that pedal show, Marshall Valstates and Wem Amps are about to go into Bad Monkey Price territory. But you're so right. They will. Yeah. Valstate. I really can't believe you used the Valstate. Just shows you, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That, it doesn't matter how much money you've got.
Yeah.
Bad taste. No. You know what I'm saying. Pet says, my missus popped her head into my pretentious music room and was shocked to see 2 Ox boxes. Bought the second one 6 months ago. Oh, nice, mate.
Were you caught out?
Yeah. Yeah, the Ox box is great. Sound we set up in your one.
I have it right here, right now.
That's a really good sound. That. Steve says, Paul, if you like the Jet JS450, there is an identical Faisley Bax Music, same factory, same spec, but half the price, 80 quid.
That's quite scary.
That's interesting. Don't tell Lee, you go crazy for that. Lee's over tomorrow, by the way.
Cool.
Lee's over. He's bringing his new bit of Chinese tut.
I'll wave as I drive past on the on the 27th.
Yeah. Pet says, not that she knew the name. Why have you got 2 of those boxes?
Good work. Good work. Good work, Mrs. Pet.
Yeah, well, I'm Pet's mum. Pet's wife. Pet's mum. Pet's mum. Paul McKinnon, Fitness and Nutrition. Hello, Rats. Paul, is that your new studio completed? And will you do a video on it? Also, let's get a few more likes on this Q&A, viewers. Cheers, Paul. That'd be, yeah. If you can give us some likes, guys, it really does. It really does help. We do this for fun. This is the new studio, yes. All up and running. Will I do a video on it? Possibly.
You should do, really. It's tradition.
Yes, I should do.
Yes.
Travis Knowles. I bought the 40th anniversary vintage squad Jazzmaster, and my wife found out when I was playing Sunday morning in church. Should have said you borrowed it.
You say this old thing.
Yeah, that's classic.
And with that, boys and girls, and fellow friends across the internet, we're out. We're done.
No. There's one more.
One more.
Bioterror says, Paul, so you don't prefer fuzzies that cleans up when you roll the volume down? No, that is a really good point. That is a really good point. So, yes, I do. It's just not something that I've really got into. It's really funny. Anytime anyone does that to me, when they play the fuzz on full tilt, I always go, oh, I hate it. Then they turn the volume down, and then it turns into this magical sound that is far better than if the fuzz was off. It's a really weird thing. So yes, I should. Yes, I need to get more into that. The Focus Fuzz does that. The Great Eastern Effects Company, and that's a really good fuzz. But it's limited edition because he can't get the parts. And that thing is. I'll show you. Let me just get it. Hold on. Oh, hey, James, are you going to this Brighton guitar show?
No, because I've got children.
Yeah, bring them along. There's Focus Fuzz.
That would go down great. My I can't leave. It's the birthday weekend. That would go down like a dose of salts.
Is Greg going? Do you know?
No, because he's got childcare issues as well.
Oh man, can't go on my own.
You can. I went to now on my own. You bugger.
Yeah. So the Focus Fuzz by Great Eastern Effects Company. Really good. Another good one. Let me just get this one out. It's nice now. I've got like loads of guitars hanging on the wall, pedals hanging on the wall. The Eons is really good by Walrus Audio.
Nice.
Yeah, there's lots of good fuzzes. I need to get more into fuzz. Yeah. Anyway, are there more?
You don't want to be caught by the fuzz, though.
Oh no, I did. I got caught by the fuzz doing 74 and a 60. Mecha X Official. I was pretty stunned with the Jet Telly I picked up. As far as quality, I thought it was quite good. Lol, I think I have an eyelash in my butterscotch. Oh no, that's never good, is it?
No.
Pet says, don't forget to text me the exact specifics on this glorious Ox sound you had. Yeah, if there's a way is there a way of exporting that tone?
I don't know. I'll find out.
If so, send it to Pet. Yeah, have you got Pet's email?
No, but I'm sure you.
If you get it over to me, it's on James's Ox. If James can get it over to me, I'll forward it on to Pet.
Yeah.
Mecha X Official, Charles Star. Steve Cassidy guitar. Thanks, guys. Arrived late, but nice chilled hang. Yeah, cheers, Steve. I'll check out your channel. Dave says, thanks, mates. Have a good week. Have a good week, Dave. Travis, have a wonderful evening. And you, Travis. Rumi says, forthcoming Studio Racks release, a cover of Sammy Hagar's I Can't Drive 55. Mark on the ceiling. I sold my Valve State 265, 120 quid about 5 years ago. Regretting that now. Oh. Cheers, says Rumi. Literally just into the butterscotch finish. Wicked. Cheers, gents, says Pet. Peace. Right. Call it a day.
So we will be back next week for more of the same. who knows if we'll be able to make announcements about the big Tonex reveal, but who knows? And have a great week, everyone.
Right, it's not a Tonex reveal. It's not a Tonex. Hold on a second. You're gonna get us in trouble. It's not a Tonex reveal.
Oh, okay. Well, our
reveal.
Yeah.
Our reveal. Right. Yes. Thanks for joining us, guys. And we'll see you next week.
See you next week. And I'm going to now get some sleep. Good night, everyone. Take care.